Welcome back to I Speak African. I'm your host Yanu, and in this episode we will be discussing the 2025 NFL Draft and the snub of Shedeur Sanders and all the controversy behind it. So in this episode, I'm gonna attach some videos so y'all can see like how good Shedeur is and how it was so unfair what the NFL did to him. Now, for those of you who don't know, Shedeur Sanders is the son of legendary football player and baseball player Deshaun Sanders, aka Coach Prime. Now, Shedeur has been a standout quarterback throughout his college career. He started at Jackson State and he quickly made a name for himself, earning accolades like the Jerry Rice Award for the nation's top freshman and the Southwestern Athletic Conference Award, also known as SWAC. And he was a player of the year. He, his brother Shiloh, and Travis Hunter all went with his father when his father got the new position as head coach of Colorado for the Colorado Buffaloes. And moving to Colorado only amplified Shedeur's career. Now, when he arrived at Buffalo, the combined talent of him, Shiloh, and Travis Hunter, as well as his father, it just catapulted the Buffalo's season. They went from being 1-11 in 2022 to being 9-4 in 2024. And let me just give you guys a taste or show you how good Shedeur is. I'm gonna play a video, and it's the highlights of his 2024 college season for the Buffaloes.
When you go back and study tape, the tape doesn't lie.
Never lies.
And I came away saying, wow, he's got some tools.
For Baylor. On a third down, Sanders over the middle. There's Travis Hunter for the first time. Breaking out of a tackle. Across the 30 and more for Travis Hunter. Johnson inside the 5 on first and goal. It's Sanders. End zone. Colorado scores for the first time.
Garden Variety zone read. Watch 5 as the slider draws a lot of eyes. Shedeur says that's the green grass rule between the white lines.
Everywhere. Pressure almost got to Sanders. And away to the sideline. There's Hunter again. Sanders looking that way. And he was wrapped up by Mahai to broke free. Now Linton trying to drag him down. Not there. Sanders with space to run. An escape job for Shedeur Sanders and a first down run. Linton. And Sanders ducks out of it. Another magician-like maneuver, and he hits a man downfield. It's Miller.
I think he's down.
He's not down. Off to the races. Miller to the end zone. He bailed out the offensive line that was doing its best to hold up for him.
Yeah, he's just he's a lot more physical than people who watch this guy. He takes these shots on the perimeter, keeps him alive, but that's after breaking the initial tackle and then before the 2-minute timeout.
Like they have been all night on first down. Shot play down the middle. Travis Hunter dropped in the bucket by Sanders. They weren't throwing a no-hitter. Sanders has Hunter open. Diving catch, Travis Hunter. 2nd and 24. Sanders has space out in front. Looking for the sideline. Back to the original sticks, and he is out of bounds. Driving the game going. Gotta have it on 2 plays. Far side, that is caught.
From one side.
The Big 12 opener comes down to this play. Sanders gets the feet set toward the end zone for the game. It is! Caught by Wester! Just like 1994!
The first look in the stadium they just showed was this look right here. We'll check the ball. That looks like firm control from the 2 angles that we've seen. Just a great effort again by LeJontay Wester, by Shedeur Sanders to even create under duress to give this guy a chance to see if this ball splits the uprights at all. Looks to me like his elbows are together, and that to me is a catch.
Sanders finds an opening, and he finds Travis Hunter. 5-man pressure, Sanders throws, good Blocked by Hunter. First down and 10. Play action. Sanders throws for Hunter. He'll walk in for 6. Off the play fake. Out to Hunter. Breaks a tackle. Down the sideline. Sanders with a clean pocket. Looking deep for Shepard. And it is a diving catch.
Now, as you guys saw in that video I just posted, that was a compilation of Shedeur Sanders highlights from the 2024 season. Now, he has over 14,000 passing yards and 134 touchdowns across his entire college tenure. Shedeur's resume was nothing short of impressive, and analysts and fans alike projected him to be a first-round pick in the upcoming NFL draft. Now, however, as we all saw, he was snubbed, and his name wasn't mentioned for the first 2 days. And that, I believe that was also a part of the NFL, because they wanted people to tune into the draft. Like, no one really watches the draft, but people were going to watch the draft because they want to see Shedeur, they want to see Travis Hunter, they want to see, I forgot the guy who made first round first pick, and they also want to see Shiloh. So with them not calling Shedeur Sanders' name, it built a lot of anticipation. So Shedeur was eventually called in the 5th round with the 144th overall pick to the Cleveland Browns. And as we break down Shedeur Sanders' slide in the 2025 draft, it's impossible not to draw a comparison to another prominent football family, the Mannings, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, sons of former NFL quarterback Archie Manning, who were both not only selected in the top 5 of their respective drafts, but they were expected to be. More specifically, I want to break down Eli Manning's 2004 draft pick because it was so controversial at the time, and it still is, because what happened during the draft never happened in NFL history. And I'm going to play you a video of what happened.
For the Chargers?
We're not really giving details right now. We've made our decision, and that's what we're sticking to.
Who's influenced you the most?
It's not really an influence. This is my decision. It was, I wanted to do this. I was not, told to do this. We talked about it, and I thought it was the best idea, so I went with it.
With the first choice in the 2004 NFL Draft, the San Diego Chargers select Eli Manning, quarterback, Mississippi.
So Chargers fans don't like it. They know that the Manning family is trying to get him to New York. Giants are up with the 4th pick, and they have a couple of quarterback options to choose from, as Eli taken by the Chargers first overall. So what do the Giants do at 4? You got Phillip Rivers, you got Ben Roethlisberger sitting there waiting to be taken, and the Giants indeed certainly need a quarterback. Paul Tagliabue, the commissioner at the time.
New York Giants select Phillip Rivers, quarterback, North Carolina State.
We told you.
So there's Phil. He's not sure what in the wide world of sports is going on. He hears his name. Meanwhile, the Roethlisberger table's like, what? Manning's like, I've got to get my butt to New York. Rivers a Giant. For how long, though?
What are the teams telling you?
Well, I hadn't gotten a call yet from anybody. I'm just excited, as of right now, to be a Giant, and I don't know how everything's going to play out, but I'll be excited to see what happens.
The San Diego Chargers and the New York Giants have exchanged their draft picks, Eli Manning and Phillip Rivers. San Diego Chargers and
So here's the trade. In the end, they trade quarterbacks, but also the Chargers get a 3rd, a 1st, and a 5th. Chris Berman, the GOAT, what do you have?
As Jackson Brown once sang, when you hear that crowd and you see those lights, you remember what...
As you guys saw in that video, it was very obvious that Eli Manning's father, Archie Manning, orchestrated the whole entire thing. He pretty much strong-armed the NFL into drafting his sons into the best football teams at their times. And you can see in the video how Eli was like, "Oh, no one coerced me. No one convinced me. This is something I felt it was necessary for myself. But no, it was obviously orchestrated by his father. Now compare that to Shedeur Sanders, who is also the son of a Hall of Famer. Not only a Hall of Famer, but Deion Sanders is also a 2-time Super Bowl champion, who's also highly accomplished football coach. But the tone around him was much different. When critics speak about Shedeur, they say that he's arrogant and things like that. They're critical of his confidence. They're dismissive of his stats, and they're skeptical of his mindset. When Shedeur expresses a desire to control his NFL destiny, much like Eli, critics didn't call that strategic. They call it arrogant. And speaking of the Manning family, they currently have a young man and child in college ball now. He plays for the Texas Longhorns, and he is the grandson of Archie Manning, and he is the nephew to Eli and Peyton Manning. His name is Archibald Manning, but he goes by Arch. And I looked at some of his highlights. I mean, I guess he's good, but I know that he's going to get a huge, 1 draft pick. He's going to be first round, probably first or second pick of the probably the 20. I don't know. I think right now he's a sophomore, so it's probably going to be the 2027 draft, I think. But he's going to get first round, probably no less than third pick. Now, I want to switch over Deion Sanders because I don't think people know how incredible Deion Sanders is as an athlete. Now, not only did he play for the NFL, he also played for the baseball, or the NBL, Major League Baseball. And this was at his prime. And he is the only athlete in American history to play 2 professional sports at their height, the highest, the NFL and the MLB. And he is the only athlete to go to both leagues championships. He went to Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers and won. He went with the Dallas Cowboys and won. And when he played for the Atlanta Braves, he went to the World Series. Although he did not win, he still went to the World Series. Now, there have been other, the only other player that I know that crossed over was Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan wasn't really good when he played baseball. He wasn't really good at all. Now, before Deion Sanders went to Colorado was one of the worst teams in the country. It was one of the worst Power 5 programs in the country, and it was plagued by losses, poor recruiting, and lack of direction. Now, his arrival in 2022 brought instant media attention, top-tier recruits, and new culture. And whether it's controversial or not, that's not what we're debating. But before he came, Colorado's record in 2022 was 1-11, and their 2024 season was 9-4, and they even made it to the Alamo Bowl. Now, Deion Sanders has signed a $54 million deal with Colorado, making him the highest paid head coach in the Big 12, and he's also one of the top tier coaches in just college ball at all. He's one of the highest paid. Now, when Deion Sanders came to Colorado, he came with not only a goal to build a great team, but he also came to help nurture and help install good morals, to help that kind of leadership he instilled in his 2 sons, Shiloh and Shedeur. And as a fan of Travis Hunter, you can tell that Travis Hunter does not have a male father figure in his life, because this is something you can even look up. His father wasn't around. I don't know whether his father ran away or was incarcerated. I don't know, but his father wasn't in his life, and that is the reason why you have Travis Hunter around with that little girl who is obviously just taking all his money, and she disrespecting him on Instagram, and she's doing all types of crazy things. It's because he doesn't have a father to tell him, yo, like, leave that little girl alone. Go find yourself a real woman that will respect you and love you and won't try to take all your money. Because that's what that little girl's trying to do right now. And maybe she's, cleaning up her act a little bit, but she's going to revert back to who she is. But I really hope that Deshaun Sanders did speak to Travis Hunter about that girl, but I don't know. But like I said, and I feel that because Deshaun Sanders raised his son the way he did, that was part of the reason why they didn't call him in the first round of the draft. And even if you heard, Shiloh even had to fire his father as his agent because there was too much negative attention coming from the whole thing. So, and Shiloh didn't even get drafted. He was a free agent, and then the Buccaneers called him. Now, and that's why they call him. They call him he's Shiloh. I mean, not Shiloh, but both of them, Shiloh and Shedeur. If you've seen them, they're very confident, but the NFL calls them arrogant and entitled. And even with all the negativity that's being thrown Shedeur's way, he's still prevailing. And right now, he's doing great at the Cleveland Browns training camp, summer training camp. He's doing good, and I mean, it's speculated that he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Now, if they do that, that would be a very smart move because the Cleveland Browns, they don't do too well, but also that name recognition will boost ticket prices. It will, not just ticket prices, but people will start watching the games. I know for sure I'm going to be watching the Cleveland Browns if they make Shedeur the starting quarterback. I like Shedeur. I watch all the Colorado games because I like Shedeur, I like Deion, I like Travis Hunter, and I like Shiloh. And I'm also going to be watching the Jaguars play. I'm also going to be watching the Buccaneers play, all because of all three of them. And I will continue watching Colorado play because I like, Deshaun Sanders, and I want to see how far the team goes. Another thing, there was also a John Doe who decided to file a $1 million lawsuit against the NFL for collusion and for not drafting Shedeur in the first round pick, because it was everyone knew. Look at the way he's playing now as in the summer camp. Everyone knew that Shedeur should have been a first round pick, but they got mad at, there's this one, I saw this one video of this, I think he's an ex quarterback or former NFL player, and he's like, oh, look at Shedeur, he has legendary, he has a draft room, he's cocky, he's arrogant, all this stuff. I'm like, no, Shedeur's not. He's just confident. He knows how good he is. There's nothing wrong with being confident. Shedeur doesn't do any crazy things. He doesn't be running around acting a fool. No, he plays the game, and he plays the game very well. And a lot of people, when they see black men who are confident, they get upset. They call them, they call them names. No, Shedeur is not. Shedeur's not. He's not cocky or arrogant. He's none of that stuff. And the thing is, the NFL better do this right, because this lawsuit does not look good. What they need to do is, they can rectify this. They can fix it. All they have to do is the Cleveland Browns make him the head quarterback, and then, next year they're like, okay, we're gonna renew your contract, and they give him his because he was supposed to be as a first draft pick. You make about your contract's supposed to be 30 to 40 million. All they gotta do is give him the money they should have gave him the first year, and then increase it the second year, and they can rectify all this, all this foolery that they did, but that's what they need to do. That's what I would do if I was, the NFL commissioner, and also if I was the head, the president or CEO, whatever, the owner of the Cleveland Browns. And also, one thing I want to mention is, a lot of what's happening with Shedeur is not anything new. It's going to happen again and again. And I always said, as black people, a lot of, this country wasn't made for black people, and if we have so many black millionaires and, we have a few black billionaires, put your money together. Make your own NFL, make your own NBA, make your own MLB. That way you can set the rules and, you can make sure there's no discrimination happening. I mean, look at it. Look at the NFL. Majority of the players are black. Look at the NBA. Majority of players are black. Look at college ball, football, and college basketball. Majority of players are black. Just imagine we saw how bland and boring the NFL and the NBA were before they integrated black people into it. It was so boring looking. It was like it had no flavor. That's what, all these black millionaires need to do. Make their own league. Like, look at Ice Cube did with the Big Three. Just make a league. Make a league and things will change, because if you wait on people to make change for you, it's not going to come. You got to make your own change, and that's what they need. That's what they really need to do. Now, I'm also going to play another video of how well Shedeur is doing at the Browns summer camp.
Power. Helmet on. Yeah.
Now, as you guys saw in that video that I posted of Shedeur at the summer camp with the Cleveland Browns, he was phenomenal. He didn't throw any interceptions. I think the other rookie quarterback that they hired or drafted, he threw an interception. And it's like I said, if the Cleveland Browns are smart, they'll make Shedeur Sanders their starting quarterback. I mean, I think they have in total like 5 quarterbacks. One's injured, and the other 2, they're old. They're older. Shedeur should be the face of the Browns. Like, that will bring in so much attention, so much media attention, increase ticket sales, increase jersey sales, everything. That's what they really should do. They should, make Shedeur the starting quarterback. And I can guarantee you, they make Shedeur the starting quarterback, the Browns will make the playoffs in about 2 years from now. Browns make the playoffs. But like I said, I'm going to be watching the Browns games. I'm going to be watching Jaguars and also Tampa Bay for Shiloh, Shedeur, and Travis Hunter. Thank you for listening to another episode of I Speak African. Please like and subscribe so that I can continue pushing out more content. I can be reached at ispeakafrican12@gmail.com. These same episodes can be downloaded on Spotify. Thank you and stay blessed.